Thank you. I'll just ask everyone to please raise their hand if they have a question. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Clyde.
How's it, guys? Thanks for having me.
Anyone who'd like to kick us off? Yes, Ken. Thank you.
Thanks, Alungile. Uh, how's it, Clyde? Congratulations on reaching the final. It's obviously a big day for Boland cricket. How are you guys feeling? Just how exciting is it down in Paarl at the moment?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a very exciting time for cricket in Poland. There's lots of excitement around. People's looking forward to it. I think when we moved here, always talked about trying to bring good cricket back to Poland, get the stadium full. I think this is the start of that journey. So yeah, I think everyone's excited.
Thanks, Ken. Do we have any further questions?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay, let's go,
Um,
Kanyasi.
Clyde, good afternoon, man. I hope you're well. Clyde, I don't know if Justin speaks about the 2000 final where Boland under him in particular, where he made a 67, won that particular final against EP. How often does he talk about that particular game and its significance, not just for him, but for Boland in particular, because it probably remained one of their high points, or the province's high points in this particular competition?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 25 years ago. He played in it. Paulie, our assistant coach, was part of that squad. Yeah, we had a little chat about it this morning, and he explained the significance of playing finals cricket in Boland. Still says it's one of his greatest memories of playing cricket in Boland. So yeah, that was a massive occasion. And now we are 25 years later. Hopefully, we can rewrite that history.
Thanks, Kanyasi. So, Morgan.
Thank you, other Clyde. Clyde, what has been the secret of Boland's success this season in the One Day Cup? Because it has been really consistent, and even that game that you guys played in Bloem, you were in the end for absolutely the majority of the game.
Yeah, I think, like I've said before, I think the group we've got is unbelievable. I think there's loads of respect for everyone. Um, how we've gone about team selections, how we've gone about when we're playing at different venues. I mean, there's just been consistency throughout of it. We've stuck to a formula, stuck to our processes. Said in the beginning of the season, we've got a big squad. There will be a couple of changes here and there, but it will be horses for courses. And I think we've been consistent in that, in how we've gone about everything. We've taken each game as it comes. We didn't ever look too far ahead. And I mean, even in that game in Bloom, we probably left 25 runs out there in the field, and that was probably the difference in that game. I think, like I said, there's respect. We can have those hard conversations where we weren't good enough. We know where we weren't good enough. It's identifying those areas and learning game by game and not repeating those mistakes. I think if you look at the past couple of years, we've kind of been victim there. We've made mistakes, and then the next game we've made the same mistake. So it's just trying to learn a bit quicker. But yeah, I think the main thing there is consistency. How we've gone about everything.
Thanks, Clyde. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stuart.
Thanks, Alu. Hello, Clyde. I just wanted to go back to the game that you guys played against the Dolphins. What was it? The 19th of Feb. You bowled 36.4 overs of spin. I mean, it's very much following the same kind of strat that Paul Royals did in the SA20, and it gave them great success in that competition. Was this something that Boland took from that, or is it something that's kind of developed with the guys' games over the last few seasons? And what is it demanded from the players to make sure that it works?
Well, I think we've got good group of experienced guys who's played enough cricket at Boland Park. I think the nature of the wicket and the square with the amount of cricket that's been played there kind of tells you that it's going to be more conducive to spin. We've played a warm-up game before against Netherlands where we could really see more or less what the wicket was doing. So it's just learning from all those experiences and the prep leading up to the one day comp. We obviously knew we were gonna have 4 games at home. We knew the square would take turn. As bad as we knew that there wasn't going to be 350s, 300 scored. So there's a formula to what we thought was a decent number to defend if you're batting first. And if you're bowling first, obviously knowing to start well. Obviously there was a bit of moisture and all those type of things. So I think, like I said earlier, and it's those conversations were had. We knew what we were going to expect. Nothing kind of hit us by surprise. We were aware that it wasn't going to be big scoring games, and kind of made peace with that and knew that as bad as it's going to be difficult, you're going to face a lot of spin. But I think we've got our spinners they've been unbelievable. Don't think anyone's scored over 200 here. Won 3 games with bonus points. So it's those tactical things to kind of, we knew what would be a good score. If you batted first, if you bowled first, we knew if you restricted them to a certain total. It's going to be hard, but with wickets in hand, if you can lay that platform, it'll be easy. They're in opposition, obviously know they don't have a lot on the board, so they kind of throw a little bit more at you, and then it creates scoring opportunities for us. So it's just those type of things that we were aware of leading into the tournament, and I think it's down to a lot of good prep and knowing what we're going to get.
Thank you. Ken?
Thanks, Andrew. Clyde, you've spoken a bit about you guys have stuck to a formula, especially at home. This is now a final, and obviously there are nerves, and obviously there's a great desire and hunger to win the trophy. As captain, how much have you spoken in the build-up about not deviating from that formula, because it's a final?
Yeah, I think there's been loads of chats about it, and I've reiterated it. I mean, we're playing another game here at home. We've played 4, we've won 3 with a bonus point. So clearly our formula is working. So there's no need to make big changes. I think obviously the graduates had a little bit more time to prepare the square. So we've had 3 days to look at it, see how it's developed. So it's just sticking to like I said, that formula and trusting it more so than ever now. And end of the day, if we stick to our process, stick to our formula, and we don't come up top, we can walk away from it holding our heads up high, knowing that we've given ourselves the best chance. We've not, because it's a final, tried to do something out of the ordinary. So yeah, there's big talk on just sticking to your process, sticking to our formulas, knowing how we want to play our cricket and not changing too much just because it's a final.
All right, thank you. Kanyiso?
Thank you very much, Clyde. There's always been conversation about the dumbing down of CSA's domestic tournaments, especially been the one day cup in particular. How strongly do you guys feel about the importance of such tournaments, especially now with the World Cup being held in South Africa in 2 years' time, and the fact that the one day cup now becomes a significant staging point for players who want to put their hands up for 2027?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you look around the world, one-day cricket has kind of taken a little bit of a back step. I think as players, we know it's probably the most difficult format out there to play. Obviously, the intensity is really high and it's for a very long period of time. So yeah, I think one-day cricket is still it's obviously there's a World Cup for it, and in my opinion, it's still a massive format. And I think as players, a format that you want to try and do well in. I think if you look at our group of players, I don't think we're a bunch that looks too far ahead. I think said it before, we're taking it one game at a time. Not trying to look too far to 27 and personal achievements. I think as a squad, we've got a goal and a vision of where we want to take Boland, and again, if we stick to those processes and take care of those things, all the other little things should take care of itself.
Thank you. Before we let Clyde go, do we have any other takers? All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you, Clyde. We will just wait for Prenalan Sobrian to join us. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you very
Clyde,
much, guys.
good luck.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys. We can go off the call, eh? You don't need to be here for the Dolphins interview.
Yeah, Durant, yes, you can log off.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys. Okay.
Hi, Prenalan. We'll just ask you to please switch on your camera.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, we're good. How are you?
All good, all good.
Thanks for joining us, Skip. Welcome, everyone. We're joined by Prenalan Sobrian, who is the Hollywood Bets Dolphins captain. Would like to kick us off. Ken.
Thanks, Alu. How's it, Prenalan? Congratulations on getting into the final.
Thanks.
It's obviously been a bit of a roller coaster for you guys. Over the weekend, you would have felt you've just missed out on the final. Now you're in the final. There's been some controversy in that. How has the whole furore made you guys as players feel? I mean, how have you felt about this whole sort of last week in the build up to the final and the qualifier, of course?
Yeah, I think I'll probably start from before that. I think we probably had a bit of a bumpy T20 campaign. So for us as players, I think the main focus was to just focus on the playing part and kind of rectify all the places that we could get better in terms of playing. So I think the admin decisions and the admin or the political parts of things we leave kind of to the office staff.
Thank you, Ken. Just a reminder, I want to please raise your hand if you have a question for Panelan. Morgan?
Hi, Brennan. How's the
Hi.
confidence in the team doing? Six wins on the bounce after a shaky start. So, how much have you guys taken out of that?
Yeah, a lot of momentum taken from game to game. And then I think the processes will remain the same as we did with the first game that we started the winning streak. The process still remains the same now. So, but there is a lot of excitement to go play the final in Cape Town.
Great. Thanks a lot. All the best.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, Hanyiso?
Brennan, good afternoon.
Hi.
Will the final in Paul feel like a home away from home for you guys, considering that Durban has been a traditional spin-friendly wicket and Boland Park is pretty much similar, especially with what we have seen through the tournament and the SA20?
I think one could see it that way. I do think with it being similar in terms of spin, I do think it differentiates in terms of pace. So, but again, I'd revert back to the process is still still stays the same, no matter whether the wicket turns or not. Yeah, and we'll definitely be looking forward to it.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other takers, Stuart?
Hello, Brennan.
Hi.
I sort of asked Clyde something quite similar earlier. The game back there in February, they bowled 10 overs of more of spin than the Dolphins did, which must be a very unusual thing for the Dolphins, given that you guys are so spin reliant. The fact that Kish is back, I don't know if he'll play on Sunday, but the fact that he's back, will that change how you approach your strat from a spin perspective and maybe match the same number of overs that they do?
Yeah, I think obviously that's dependent on whether we bat or bowl first. But I think it also is dependent on conditions and definitely having a player like Keshav Maharaj available definitely is something that we're definitely looking forward to because he does add to the armory of the team in the batting and the bowling departments, as well as from a leadership point of view. Just having someone like him definitely adds to the team. But yeah, conditions dependent. I think whatever the game requires on the day, I think our team is made up of that.
Yeah, and Neil?
Hi, Brennan. I don't know whether you can comment on this. At one stage, a couple of weeks ago, the Dolphins, the Warriors, and Western Province were in the bottom three of Division One. I don't know whether you spoke about that or whether that felt like a pending disaster. And obviously, it looks like you're safe now. But I mean, on the whole subject of promotion relegation, do you have any thoughts on that? And would it be a disaster as it seems like it would be for the Warriors or Western Province to go down?
With regards to Western Province or the Warriors, I think they would be the best ones to answer those questions. But I think in terms of the Dolphins, our main goal as players and probably the coaching staff as well is for us to do the best that we can and try and win all three trophies every single season. And I think if that does happen, then stuff like promotion relegation, we wouldn't have to worry about if that happens.
Thank you. Are you in favour of promotion relegation, personally?
No, I don't really have much of an opinion on it.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you. Just one question from me before we close, Pernilan. We have been seeing a lot of good stories coming out of the fan base at Dolphins about how the players are involved and how they get involved after the game. How important is it for the team to ensure that they stay close to their fan base and supporters in Durban?
Yeah, I think the fans of Durban, or the Dolphins as we call them, have been really close to the team in the highs and the lows. And I think people really take the time out to come and support us. And I think the least that we can do is make a little bit of time after the game and say hello to the kid or the family that's waiting there to see us after the game.
All right, a message for the Dolphins going into Sunday?
Ah, just if you can, book your flights. If you can't, put your TV on.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, Helen. Thank
Cheers.
you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Alu.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Brennan. Good luck.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.